But let's get a move on then, and it's one of the biggest deals that has taken place in the industrials and materials space, and that is now that Adani is going to be controlling Ambuja and ACC, that is wholesome stake in the twin listed arms of that company. And Nayantara, hats off, it's an ET Now Newsbrake, and it's finally been confirmed.
Yes, it's a story we were lucky enough to get hold of late evening yesterday, where we did say that Adani Group was going to buy both ACC as well as Ambuja. The deal has been confirmed. A press release has been issued late evening yesterday. We've all seen the photographs of Gautam Adani as well as the top boss of Wholesome. It's a $10.5 billion deal. Nikunj, we've been tracking this story. There's Ultratech that was in the race, JSW Group that was in the race. The cement space, according to you, what do you think this is going to mean? Gautam Adani, India's richest man, and Kumar Mangalam Birla, race is going to be on now between the two of them.
Newsbrake, you make us very proud, and this, in a sense, is going to be the deal of the year. A $10 billion deal which has been executed in less than 1 month after Wholesome indicated that they want to exit their India business. Let's understand first the stock price. The stock price is the deal has been done at a premium to the closing price. Markets were anticipating this deal to go through, and I think the price has not come as a very big surprise. It is not at a massive premium, considering that there would be a strategic premium also, because when a deal like this is done, these are once in a lifetime deals, and they normally have been done at a strategic premium. There is very little strategic premium here. Adani Group, in a sense, have mastered the art of scale and size, and we've seen that how they've managed to buy businesses, scale them up, make them big, and turn them around. Will the fortunes of the Indian cement industry, will they change now that you've got the Adani Group, which in a sense understands the art of scale and size? The answer to that well could be yes. Then what it means for the other cement stocks, I don't think we should be in a hurry to re-rate the smaller cement companies just because this deal has been done at a premium, because there are very different dynamics which are at play. Now, for any group of companies, I just want to tell our viewers something very simple, which is that this deal has been done in a private company of Adani Group. So none of the listed Adani Group of companies, in a sense, are going to be affected directly. Yes, we can talk about synergy benefits and how this is going to be a beneficial deal for Adani. That's a medium to long term. But in the immediate short term, none of the Adani Group of companies, in a sense, are going to be affected because of this massive deal. Otherwise what happens in the market, Aisha, is that you say, okay, large deal and there's going to be a cash outgo and that's going to be a challenge. This is a deal which has been done in a private company of Adani, and they mastered the art of managing fundraise and scale and skill and size. So I don't think this is a problem for them. The deal has not been done at a substantial premium, so I don't think this is going to be a re-rating moment for the entire cement sector per se.
In fact, let's take up that point forward. We have with us Rakesh Arora from GoIndiaStocks.com joining in on the show, and we also have Navin Sahadeo, the Director Institutional Equities at Edelweiss Securities, joining in. Gentlemen, hi, good morning. Good to have you both on the show. Rakesh, if I could just get you in, the deal, like Nikun just pointed out, is in the private domain of the Adani Group and not going to have any implication on the listed Adani names. But what does it mean for the cement sector now? Because you're looking at further and further consolidation.
So, Nantara, first of all, my congratulations to ET team for covering this story, so well in the last, few weeks. And I think Nikunj has laid out the whole dynamic so well. It leaves very little to add on to what he has said. But my 2 cents here is that one, there's hardly any acquisition premium, as Nikunj said rightly. And probably I think this happened because of the size of the deal and the complexity involved. And, there were some reports about, FEMA regulations which can become a hurdle. So I think having known Wholesome for last few years, they are not the one to take chances. So in quite probability, they have sold slightly cheaper than the fair value which they should have got. Now, this is where the opportunity comes for the retail shareholders for Ambuja Cement and ACC. Because if you look at Adani, it's a perfect partner to run the cement business. There are two, three main costs in the cement industry. The first one is power and fuel, and no one knows coal and renewable energy better than Adani. The second is logistics. There again, given their combination of ports across the country and Ambuja's plants at near the ports in Gujarat, it can be a massive, massive advantage. Number three is that costs in terms of adding fly ash, being more green about cement. There again also Adani scores quite well. So overall, Adani is a perfect fit for Ambuja Cement. And in their press release, they've already announced that they want to double the capacity in 5 years. Now, this is where the impact on the cement industry starts to come in. Obviously, Holcim was a willing, partner losing market share to Ultratech and Shree Cement. That is unlikely to happen now. And Adani is going to grow the business quite aggressively. But I think it will be, it's still a wait and watch because we have historically seen that volumes don't really matter that much as do EBITDA margins. So if Adani is able to balance it out, I think that industry is in a much better shape going forward than what it was with wholesale in the rain. Also, there's a lot of pricing discipline which really drives this industry, and a partner like Adani, which has the political clout to maneuver, I think now we can think of 1500, 1700 rupees per ton margin for the cement industry, which we have been waiting for last 7, 8 years now probably. So overall, I would say excellent deal for Adani, a great opportunity for retail shareholders to get in. And from the cement industry point of view, it's still wait and watch. But I think Adani's will be pragmatic, and they will focus on profitability rather than capturing market share.
Sanjay Radiwala, let me come to you. Good morning. We know that the Adani Group, from Mr. Gautam Adani's interview to the Economic Times today, the press release, is planning to double its capacity in 5 years. Rakesh was also just talking about it. How do you see others respond now? Ultratech, Kumar Mangalam Birla, the number one cement company in India at the moment, they was looking to divest stakes in certain plants if it would be successful with the Holcim deal. How would you see Ultratech respond now, which has been gaining at the expense of the number two cement group, which is ACC and Ambuja?
Well, firstly, this statement about doubling capacity in 5 years, we're talking about close to 70 million tons. It's not a joke. The amount of raw material accumulation which is involved, the capacity to be put in, the physical movement of that capacity, I very much doubt. I mean, in the past, I don't think anybody has been able to do that kind of expansion. Yes, over a period of years, they will look to do that. And they will try to match Ultratech in size, which today is about double. They are about 20 million tons versus Holcim 70 million tons. So they will try to match their capacity, but I doubt very much whether it could be done in 5 years. At the same time, I don't think Ultratech is going to take it lying down. They also have plans, and they have consistent plan. If you see the past, they have consistently grown over the years, and that whole trend continues. So I don't think they're going to take it lying down. So I see, yes, there is, henceforth we will see competition amongst the two quite a lot, but it's going to take quite some time. I don't see it happening in 5 years.
Okay. Navin, if I can come to you now, from the market's perspective, how should one approach ACC as well as Ambuja? Adani's are paying a premium. It's a small premium. It's a very large deal. You will have India's richest man now at the helm of affairs will be the promoter of these two companies. How should one approach ACC and Ambuja now? Are you upgrading them?
No, I'm not really upgrading it. Certainly, we need more clarification. So, as it's pointed out correctly, that there is hardly any premium left on the table for the investors or retail investors per se, or even if you look from an arbitrage, let's say from a mandatory open offer, then we'll await those details. But even from an arbitrage point of view, I don't know if there is much left on the table for the investors in that sense. So to that an extent, I would be a little disappointed. Now, importantly, what we need clarifications from Adani is how the contours are. In the sense, as of now, it is through an offshore SPV. But whether Ambuja will continue to remain a separate listed entity, will it get delisted, or the third aspect is if it comes merges in some entity of Adani and the debt on the books gets housed in the same company where the asset is, all these clarifications will decide the future course. It's difficult to comment at this point in time.
Okay.
The only thing, if I can just mention, is that while previous gentlemen have talked about plans, as what Mr. Adani said himself, that they would want to double the capacity from 70 million tons to in within next 5 years. So the other view, what can be seen is that organic expansion need not be the only way, because getting land and more so mines, because the way Ambuja and ACC have talked about their pipeline, I don't think they have such huge limestone reserves to double that too within 5 years. So unorganic expansion or acquisitions, if at all that is the route which Adani is talking about, then that could be bringing in more consolidation. So I'm saying it's all wait and watch at the moment.
Okay, Rakesh, Sanjay, Naveen, gentlemen, great to have you and discuss this mega deal, which we at ET Now got it right. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Gautam Adani had taken the stage at the India Economic